future talent is on Liverpool's radar. Although Liverpool has shown a bumpy graphic this season, it would not be wrong to say that they have gained momentum in recent weeks. The league seemed to gain momentum after the City match, but the last match stumbled again. However, in the Champions League, 4 out of 5 games were won and different scores were obtained. Klopp's lack of options is one of the reasons for the situation in the league. The Reds have dealt with a lot of injuries this season and are still struggling. Recent injuries at Liverpool have prevented Jürgen Klopp from making some offensive decisions, and it turned out to be an issue in the transfer market due to the lack of alternative names. The splits of Sadio Mane, Takumi Minamino and Divock Origi in the summer have left Liverpool lacking depth in the forward zone, and last weekend against Nottingham Forest the Reds were able to pick only 2 of their first-choice attackers, Mohamed Salah and Roberto Firmino, due to lack of options. He was feeling the duo weren't enough to knock down a resilient and solid defense, but as the January transfer window approaches, that needs to change, and Julian has the ideal solution to solving the club's problems. Mykhailo Mudryk was the last sensation in the Champions League this season. The 21-year-old Ukrainian winger is one of Shakhtar Donetsk's standout players and sent yet another reminder of his talent with a dazzling solo goal against Celtic on Tuesday night. Mudryk has scored 6 goals and provided 7 assists in just 11 games in all competitions this season and has been on the radar of the European giants. This season the game scores high. However, he struggled a lot to play for Shakhtar's first team due to being ahead of several foreign players in previous seasons. These players have transferred to different teams since the outbreak of the war in Ukraine, which created an opportunity for Mudryk to show off his talent. Explosive with lightning acceleration and speed, and feet fast enough to captivate his opponents, Mudryk knows how to run with the ball and pierce defenses, as well as a very good finisher. He also has an excellent eye for dividing passes and transitions into the penalty area, resulting in him being nicknamed Neymar the Ukrainian. A true Klopp player. He has the talent to not only thrive at Anfield, but also be someone who breathes new life into the Liverpool attack. Besides the Reds, Arsenal are also interested in the player. The challenge for Julian, however, is that Shakhtar is known as tough negotiators who charge excessive fees for their players. In the past, Liverpool have struggled to strike a deal with the club in the January 2016 transfer window for the likes of Julian and, more importantly, Alex Teixeira. Ward will have to do better than his predecessors to take down Mudryk, but if he can pull it off he could be a game changer in Liverpool's hands. Do you think Mykhailo Mudryk can succeed at Liverpool? Liverpool plans 2023 raid for world-class Newcastle star. Liverpool are keen to raid Newcastle and bring Bruno Guimaraes to Anfield. According to reports, Liverpool are showing great interest in signing Newcastle's ever-evolving midfielder Bruno Guimaraes. Jürgen Klopp's side will spend a lot of time in the market to strengthen their midfield options in 2023. Indeed, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain and Naby Keita are both players who are likely to leave on free transfers, and given the situation, at least 2 new signings are a must. What's more, it's likely to be in James Milner's final season at Anfield. The veteran star turns 37 in January. Both Jordan Henderson and Thiago are showing signs of slowing down. Both are now over 30 and both have succumbed to injuries this season. That's why midfield additions are very much on the club's minds, with sporting director Julian putting together a wanted list. According to reports from Brazil, the name of Guimaraes is quite high on this wish list. Signing £33 million from Lyon last January, Guimaraes made a huge impact at St James Park. Indeed, it has recently been Newcastle's number 1 out of 10 signings since the new owners took office. And his influence has been so great that a number of clubs are after him. In addition to Liverpool, it is said that both Real Madrid and Chelsea are also interested in the player. The attention the midfielder drew also put Newcastle on high alert. According to reports, they are preparing a new deal worth around £200,000 a week for the midfielder. This would make the 24-year-old the highest paid player in Newcastle history. His current arrangement keeps him at Tyneside until the summer of 2026. But the Magpies chefs are not only looking to reward their excellent form, but Liverpool's interest could pose a serious threat. It's certainly easy to see why Liverpool are interested in Guimaraes. His performance lit up St. James Park and the Brazilian star quickly became a fan favourite. Eddie Howe's team is currently ranked 4th in the Premier League and has only lost once in 12 games so far. They'll face Aston Villa next Saturday, and a win over Tottenham will put them in 3rd place. Guimaraes managed to score 2 goals and 2 assists in 9 games so far this season. He is a very good candidate for the overhaul that Liverpool is expected to make in the midfield next summer and has the qualities to put the pressure Klopp wants. It is very important to take a roll call to buy it, as Spanish giants like Real Madrid may bid more, which could put things in a difficult position. If Liverpool can act early and convince the player, we can see a very different player in the 2023 midfield setup. Jürgen Klopp's coaching staff has recently been heavily influenced by the 19-year-old Liverpool teenager. According to sources close to the club, Jürgen Klopp and his coaching staff have been very impressed with Harvey Elliott lately. The 19-year-old has been used in more than one position in Liverpool's starting squad. The young player played a crucial role in the 3-0 win against Ajax last night and sealed the victory with the team's final goal. The U21 England national team player assumed his position on the right side of midfield in Klopp's squad, with captain Jordan Henderson mirroring his position on the left. While Elliott is no stranger to playing on the right side of midfield, he has also been used in a number of different positions this season. Elliott has played as a right wing, right midfielder, offensive midfielder, and central midfielder so far in the 2022-2023 season. The effective performance of the player in different positions pleased Klopp and his coaching team. As a result, the 19-year-old is known for his versatility in playing as a midfielder or, more profoundly, an attacker. The young player, who has scored only once in his first 24 appearances for the Reds, has recently scored 3 goals in 13 Champions League games, including back-to-back games against Rangers and Ajax. With Liverpool's continued interest in Borussia Dortmund midfielder Jude Bellingham, it remains to be seen whether the coaching staff sees Elliott's long-term future on the right side of midfield. However, with such a versatile skill set, the former Fulham teenager will prove to be an incredibly useful asset for Klopp to have at his disposal, especially in the absence of names like Thiago Alcantara, Luis Diaz, and Diogo Jota. No one expected such a comeback after his injury, but the young star made a great comeback and came very close to being accepted into the main squad. It's pretty good that Klopp has an option as a mover he can put in when the game gets stuck. In addition, his performance in many positions makes him usable in more than one position in case of injuries. Elliott is on his way to becoming Klopp's joker this season,